Full Moon, November 8, 2022. This is also known as the Beaver Moon, Blood Moon, and it's a lunar eclipse. The full moon on November 8 is in Taurus, and it delivers the goods in terms of versatility. The Beaver Full Moon will help you turn your dreams into reality. The Beaver Moon will also be plunged into a total lunar eclipse. This is also a blood moon. A lot of things happening here, folks. And by the way, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please click the bell to get notifications when I make a new video. Thank you. This full moon is all about action and change. Will you choose remaining stagnant in the cycles of your past, or will you be consciously moving forward by enriching your spiritual blessings? As we move in step with the coming end of our year calendar, we choose enrichment of spiritual blessings or remain stagnant in our past. Suddenly life is moving at an accelerated rate, and be prepared to keep up with it during this full moon until the next full moon in December. Be flexible and not so rigid with your thoughts or actions. This full moon is all about leaving behind the noose of old habits, patterns, and broken dreams. Here is an appropriate quotation from President John Kennedy. For time and the world do not stand still. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. Think on that quotation. What has been cannot be changed, and it is time to let it go, while we lean forward to embrace all that lies ahead. The lesson, energy, and influences of this full moon helps us to create a new legacy and to finally free ourselves from all obstacles, barriers, and blocks that prevent our individual prophecy and birthright. Rational people, able to foresee the results of their labor, are going through a wonderful period. The Beaver full moon in November requires specifically to you to be clear and have clarity. Everything in life strives for a reasonable balance. Nothing happens in vain. If efforts had been made, the results will not be long in coming. This is a good time for planning, determining a strategy for the future. However, you should not limit yourself to just thinking you need to act. Let it be carefully, and I mean carefully, planned. Consider each step, but act. Don't just stand there. Move. The full moon in November makes you think about important things, raises sensitive questions, and at the same time gives hope for the best. You just can't waste your energy, and what is especially important, you need to seize the moment. According to Native American folklore, the Beaver Moon gets its name for one of a few different reasons, both having to do with the dam building, nocturnal rodents with the oar-shaped tails. The Old Farmer's Almanac says that it's called the Beaver Moon because this month was just the right moment to set beaver traps before the winter freeze. But according to National Geographic, it could also be attributed to the heavy activity of beavers building their winter's dam. This full moon is a time for you to start building up your spiritual muscles to be strong throughout the rest of this year. What are you allowing to emotionally drain out of your spiritual reserve? Now is the time to build your dam like the beaver and stop the energy drain. The message that Beaver brings us this full moon is to prepare you for the cold winter and do not be caught without spiritual fortification. Practice spiritual protection. Learn to work with God's white light to seal yourself in protection. Spiritual protection is needed daily, and this is part of your spiritual workout. Plan a spiritual ritual to protect your home and loved ones. Light a white candle and say out loud the following prayer. I now ask to be surrounded by God's divine white light with my guides, angels, and ascended masters. I ask the archangels and angels to continue to protect my loved ones and me. Surround me fully and completely with your divine white light. It is a time to nurture yourself and do things that bring warmth and comfort to your soul. The full moon is a time of accumulation and the promise of fulfillment of that which was started at the new moon. It is an emotional time, a time of romance, fertilization, and relationships. With the full moon and being bright in the sky, symbolic illumination occurs in our own lives. However, these feelings and revelations are emotional ones, as there is a sense of emotions bursting forth into our consciousness. It's time to express ourselves and to let things out of our systems. Of course, we might want to exercise some care while doing so, knowing that what is coming out of us is not particularly rational as yet. Enjoy all the celestial blessings that are coming our way in November. Make sure you take time to thank the Creator, the angels, your guides, and ancestors for all of their help bringing you through this year. My clairvoyant psychic readings can provide valuable information that can assist you in making decisions and choices that lead to a successful end of the year. Knowing how to work with the cycles and your own inner timing can give you that extra edge you need with both your career and personal matters. My thanks to those of you who have been getting readings. I am grateful that they have helped you, and I appreciate your business. Be sure and check out my different services, ebooks, classes, and other products at my website, Cherokee spiritualadvisor.com. I wish you full moon blessings, now and always.